Okay, so good morning, everyone. It's great to have you all on this in this live class. Morning, it's Thursday morning, and we are starting the day with the course GST102. This is the second time we're having this class, live program class, and I know a lot of persons are still sleeping, and it's quite early. That's why we're having it recorded, so as many who has missed out can also go back to it and rewatch. So I have with me Ms. Regina in the class, and we will be going through this class together. So, Ms. Regina, good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Awesome. Please, can you walk us through what you have in your note, what you were able to take down in last class in less than 2 minutes, so we can go straight into today's class now. You have the floor now.
The last class,
Yes, ma'am.
we explained transitional devices.
Okay.
Where we said they are devices that gives coherence to your paragraphs.
Awesome. Coherent. Yeah, definitely. When I say
Example,
coherence to the paragraph, what do I mean by giving your paragraph coherence? Now, let me just change like into that.
when you arrange it the way it's supposed to go, so that your reader or another person study it to be able to go sequentially, like firstly, moreover, lastly,
Awesome. Just like
in other words.
transitional tools. Awesome. When your paragraph, all right, goes smoothly, when the reading experience is going smoothly. Awesome. Okay, you may continue now.
Development of paragraph.
Okay.
So we can develop paragraph with two broad categories.
Awesome.
So the scope of the topic, which can be achieved through the following: illustration, description, definition, cause and effects. One is second topic. It can be gotten through comparison and contrast.
Awesome.
So
Good.
we now move to definition.
Okay, we treated description in our last class.
Yes, we did. We are going to formal letters now.
Okay, we've talked about cause and we've talked
Yes,
about cause.
cause and effects. Yes, we did.
Awesome. Cause and effect. Awesome. We've gone a bit far, and we've done definition. We've done
Definition,
comparison and contrast. Awesome. So now we are starting with formal letters. So now, thank you very much for that, Mark. So we can start with today's class, and we're going to start from formal letters. All right. And when we say formal letters, we're talking about letters that actually follow some strict guide, all right, some strict principles, all right, the use of some certain words, all right, the way you communicate, the way you pass your message, everything is guided when we talk about formal letters. And we have letters like applications for job, ordering for goods, letter to the government, and other organizations. These are basically types of formal letters. I'm going to take that again. Application letter for jobs, letters ordering goods, and letter to government and other organizations. All right. Are we together?
Yes, we are, sir.
Now, while the first two types of letters are written mainly to or on behalf of commercial organizations, please take note of these. Applications for job, and letter when you write a letter for the application of the job, or when you write a letter ordering for goods. All right. These two letters are written mainly to or on behalf of commercial organizations. Now, the third type relates to what? Our day-to-day affairs, which is the third type. The letter to governments and other organizations relate to our day-to-day affairs in our lives. Did you get that analysis, ma'am?
Yes, sir. He said
Awesome.
application for job and ordering for goods are for commercial organization, while
Awesome.
letter to governments, okay, the other one is for day-to-day life.
Yeah,
Which one?
day-to-day affairs in our life. Awesome. Now, speaking of which, letter about jobs. Now, if you are looking for a job or you wish to change your job, all right, you will probably have to write a number of letter, which is affirmative, which is certain. You are looking for a job, maybe online, basically, physical job, online job. I mean, you have to definitely write, put something into writing. All right. Okay, and particularly the letters of application that you will send along your curriculum vitae. Now, definitely, if you're looking for a job, you definitely, there are certain things you send to whatever organization you are intending to work with, a letter of application, right, your curriculum vitae, and some other documents. Now, this is a short written account. Now, your application, your letter of application for a job is a what? Is a short, all right, written account of your education and past employment. Now, you have to convince your reader or your potential employer, all right, that you deserve to be called for an interview. Why do we have to write letters, all right, to the organization we are aspiring to work with, all right? Application letters. Why do we have to write them? We write them in order to convince, all right, our potential employer that we are the best man or we are the best person for that job. All right. We have to convince them. We have to feel so convinced that after reading the application and after going through all the documents, yes, this is the person I need. Just like an online platform that I used to work very well. They're not now my attention has been fired. So you have to give other people are also gunning for this job you are gunning for. So you have to put things together that this person will say yes when it comes to educational qualification, when it comes to hand on the job, when it comes to experience, the person has to see you as as top notch, so that you can beat or you can put behind all your competitors, and you're going to be called for an interview. Okay, so the point there is that this letter of application is what is short written account of your education and past employment. And in this letter of application, you have to write it in the essence that you have to convince your reader or your potential employer that you deserve to be called for an interview. All right? Are we clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So applications now. Now, wherever you send, just a moment. Okay, I got something. Now, wherever you send, whenever you send a copy of your curriculum vitae, all right, to an organization, all right, where you are looking for a job, you should also send what we call personal covering letter, which is also known as application letter. So now, the point here is that application letter can be the application letter and personal covering letter. They are both interchangeably used. All right. Personal covering letter, you can as well call it an application letter. Do you get that, ma?
Yes, sir.
So whenever you are sending your curriculum vitae, you need to also attach your what? Personal covering letter to it. All right. So I feel your personal covering letter is even what tells your potential employer what you are bringing to the table. All right, because your curriculum vitae is more detailed education and everything. Yeah, for education, but your personal covering letter is what, like, for example, you're putting up for a job or uh, uh, a position, you're putting up for a position in an organization as the HR. So your personal cover letter is where you talk about your experience, maybe in the last 2 years, how you have handled this position for what certain company in the last few years, right? It's where you say more about what you can do. This is where you say more about how you intend to change the game, how you intend to increase or or boost the company's income. This is how you intend to explain to your employer how and why, how to make things better, all right, coming to the company, and why should be brought on board. All this is ironed out or specified in your personal offering letter, all right, which we can also refer to as your letter of application. Now, the two, your CV, your curriculum vitae, and your personal offering letter, the two are sent together, all right, and you should consider them inseparable. All right, you should consider your CV and your personal covering letter, P, all right, CL. Your CV and your PCL, you should consider them what? Inseparable. Now, even if you are answering an advertisement that asks for only your CV, you still have to send your PCL. Are we good to go?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, these letters supplement, all right, this letter, that's your PCL. Your PCL supplements your CV. Okay. Now, in that, it provides information that is not usually included in your CV or cannot be fitted in it for lack of space. And I said something about CV just having points, 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 points. You don't do detailing in your CV. All right. In your CV, you don't do detail. You don't give details. You just give points, points, points. But your personal covering letter is where you spill out a lot of things. All right. So you have to consider them inseparable, as the PCL complements your CV. Okay. Now we have letter of application. Therefore, is an elaboration and an explanation of the fact that you list in the curriculum vitae. Did you get that, man?
Come again, sir.
I said letter of application, therefore, is an elaboration and explanation of the facts listed in your CV.
Okay.
The letter, which is your PCL, all right, your PCL is an elaboration and explanation of facts listed in your CV. All right. So we have CV, we have the letter. Now, the CV is straightforward. The CV is straightforward, right? It's straightforward. Is a factual presentation. Speaking of the CV now, it's straightforward. All right. It's also a factual presentation of the facts relating to what? Your education, your work experience, and other qualifications. This specified points, right, makes up is a structure, right, which your CV is built upon. Your education, your experience, and qualifications. Now, but the thing here is that it's just what? Straightforward and factual. There are no details. All right. In your CV, now your CV, your work under your work experience, all you write is the year, position, what again, year, position, and maybe responsibility. For example, now I worked with PZ Cushion in Lagos then when I first finished my secondary school. I worked as an assistant, admin then assistant, and I worked for about I think 3 years. So in my CV now, I write company PZ, right? Uh, Role office assistant, then year. So maybe 3 years, 2 years. That's all. If you have to write your responsibility, maybe just 1 point. But in the CV, if you have to do that, you will explain how you turn things around. What are the things you achieved working with them? All right?
Yes, sir.
That is just different between the two of them. The personal covering letter, which is the PCL, is a bit detailed than the CV. That's all we have been seeing since morning. Okay. So let's move on. Now, this fact will qualify you for a number of jobs in different organizations. So the facts, all right, the straightforwardness and the presentation of facts, right, in your CV, all right, will qualify you for a number of jobs in different organizations. Now, in the covering letter, all right, in the TCL, you have a chance to what? Interpret this fact. All right. In the PCL, you have a chance to interpret the fact listed in your CV. Right? Not just to interpret, you also have the chance to what? Show how they are particularly. Show how they are particularly relevant to the position you are applying for. In the covering letter, you have the chance to interpret the fact listed in your CV and how they were particularly, all right, relevant to the position you are applying for. That's also one thing that is also very important. You can't be talking about when you work up, when you can't be talking about your experience working in maybe in a maybe working with a pure company when you are going for a job that has to do with quarry. All right. So anything you are saying or anything you are writing has to be in line. All right, with your present or what you are actually putting up your letter for. So it's also very particular about the relevance as well. Now, your letter of application must attempt to do 3 things. All right. If your letter of application can't do these 3 things, then it is as good as useless. Now, these are the 3 things your letter of application, your PCL, must do. All right, the quality. All right, the qualities of your PCL. Okay, now, first, it must what? Catch your reader's attention favorably. Are we together? It must catch the attention of your reader favorably. That's the first thing. Now, it must also what? Convince your reader that you are qualified for the position. After it must have gotten their attention. All right. After what you have, maybe your first 2 or 3 lines. All right. As yes, or strike them. So they want to know more. So as they read on, next thing your letter of application should do is to what? Convince them the qualification. Convince them you are qualified for the position. All right. And the last thing it must do, is that it has to, all right, it has to ensure that they call you for an interview. They want to meet you, they want to talk to you. All right. If your letter have gotten their attention, right, convince them, the next thing is that it must prompt them. The letter must prompt them to call you for an interview. So these are the structures, that the thing that makes up your personal PCL, that should make up your PCL, right, to get you at the expected result. So we have that on that. So can you quickly walk us through what you have there?
What we have taught now.
Yes, yes. On application letter.
Okay, you said letter of application is an elaboration and explanation of facts listed in the. Hello.
I'm with you, ma'am. I can hear you.
Okay. Also, letter of application is elaboration and explanation of the facts listed in the CV.
Okay.
While the CV is a straightforward, factual of present relating to education, work experience, and qualifications.
Awesome. Awesome.
And it's a letter of application must attempt 3 important features.
Okay. Which are?
It, it must catch your reader's attention favorably.
Yes.
It must convince your reader that you are qualified for the position.
Okay.
And after your reader must have been convinced, you are to call for interview.
Awesome. You have to be called for an interview. Awesome. Awesome. So that is the all and sundry. All right. So if you don't want to say if you don't want to say application letter, what other word can you use for that? What
Is
word
it
can you substitute application letter?
PCL?
And what is that in Chroma?
Personal covering letter.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Awesome. So I think we are good to go. So now, just a moment. Now let's move to what we call declining an offer. Let's assume that you have been given an offer, after you have been given you have done an interview, been called for an interview, and you've been given an offer and everything. When you're actually looking out to get a job, you actually not write to one company. Right? You actually don't write to one company. You write to several companies, and fortunately, if everything converts and you are called for an interview and you have been given right? An offer by multiple companies, right? You still definitely have to choose the one which you feel is best for you, and so you have to decline other offer. Now, when declining offer, you will then have to select the job which is most attractive to you, right? And write your letter of acceptance. That is the first thing. After you're doing an offer by company, you these days we really don't write letters. That it may be through your email that you sent a mail that your application has been considered and you have been given an offer to resume at social time, right? It is a physical job that you have to be there in person, right? And with an online job, you still have to have a resumption date. Okay. So you have to acknowledge that, okay, yes, what you have sent, I've received and I've acknowledged it. So you write back to them letter of acceptance. Okay. You write back letter of acceptance when an organization has given you an offer. Right? And if you don't want the offer, you still have to write back to them the letter called letter of decline letter or decline letter decline an offer. You have to also write to them the declined offer so that they can also make further plans. They can look out for maybe other persons who are not as qualified as you, but can still help in filling the position. So you have to do all these things. And so if you are declining an offer now, all right, you have to what? Okay, your letter of refusal, it's actually called letter of refusal. If you are declining an offer, you have to write the letter of refusal, all right? And when you are doing this, you have to be very tactful and cautious. All right, you have to be very cautious and tactful when you are writing letter of refusal. All right, you have to try to be honest, all right, and sincere. You have to be honest and give sincere reasons for your refusal. Don't forget that from the day you wrote an application letter to them, you have engaged them. All right, it doesn't end there. Right? They saw your letter, they read through it, and they called for an interview. Right? All these things cost processes and cost money. Right? So if eventually you are not given the job and you are not declining, in order for you not to be tagged as irresponsible or not serious or something, you have to politely and give honest and genuine reasons why you will be declining the offer. So your letter of refusal now, when you are writing it, you have to be what? Very tactful and cautious, right? You have to try to give honest reasons for your refusal. Now, if you have accepted another offer, say so and explain why. Now, do everything to ensure that you and your readers part company, what? As a friend. You get that one. Sorry, I think I need to switch off this my phone. Just a moment. Sorry. Okay. It's raining outside. It's very cold in here. Okay. Do you get that, man?
You said when we are decline an offer, that we must write a letter and we must
Yes.
be cautious and tactful when writing it. We
What's
must
the name
be
of the letter called, man?
letter of decline.
No. That's not letter. It's called a refusal.
Refusal. Okay.
Letter
Oh,
of refusal. Letter of refusal.
okay.
Letter of refusal.
Okay, sir.
Good.
That we
So you
must be
have
honest, politely.
good. Awesome. So now, and I said something that you have to do everything to ensure that you and your readers, okay, or your potential employer, pathway as friends. All right. So basically, that is what it is, and yeah, we are good to go. So let's talk about letter ordering goods. So before now, I know we've taken this class before now. What do you have in your notes about letters of ordering goods? So I want you to look at it. You are now taking the class again. You are aware we've
Okay.
taken this class before now. That's the very first phase.
Yes. You say
Okay.
letter of order can be useful for supply of goods or equipment. That we need to be specific and um, complete for what you wanted.
You need to be specific, all right, about what you want, what you are ordering for,
Uh-huh.
all right,
Uh-huh.
specific and complete. Okay.
As do not clutter with unnecessary jargon and be
Hmm.
accurate.
Good. Clutter, do not clutter the letter with what? Unnecessary details. Okay, so you don't get your supplier confused. Okay, and you also what have to be what as accurate as possible. Okay, these are just three main points, right?
Yes, sir.
Good, good. So just like what you have said in your letter of ordering for goods, okay, you have to be specific and complete, all right, so that you can receive the exact item you want, because they will be working strictly with what you have sent, all right, to be on what you have sent that they can give you what you want. And you don't have to cluster the letter with unnecessary details, all right, as why you need item and what who will need them. You don't have to do all that. What you just need is just a specific, all right, and be complete. And you should also have to be very accurate, right? When we say accurate now, sometimes even a misplaced decimal point could cause a serious error. A misplaced decimal point, as seamless as it might be, can cause some serious, all right, error. So therefore, you have to read your letter carefully and check all price calculations. All right. So we also have letters to government and other organizations. So what do we have there?
It says citizen has to write government or other organization in respect of problems they are facing in their day-to-day lives.
Hmm.
E.g., letter of complaint, request, and suggestions.
Awesome. Awesome. So these are basically the three major letters we write with government and to organizations. Okay. Continue.
Okay, in the letter of complaint, under it we have protest,
Okay.
request, convey instruction, the organization, inquiry stroke suggestions, or making findings.
Okay. So now in the letter of complaint, we said, what is the letter of complaint?
It's protest.
Okay. A letter with now under this letter, right, we write frequently is the letter of complaint, which is the letter of protest under the letter of complaint, right?
Yes.
Now, okay, continue. What are
Under
the
the
points?
come
What are the
again, sir.
points? What are the points you keep in mind while writing a letter of complaint?
It's like not too general. It's when you are expressing yourself what has happened that you are not in support of it, or you are
Good.
trying to report.
Okay. It says here that do not be too what? General.
Not too general.
Yeah. So you give details of what is bothering you. Be
Okay.
particular about what your problem is. Don't generalize. Speak only on what you are complaining about. Okay?
Yes, sir.
What other point?
That's what I have there. There is under government that I still have.
Okay, just a
Under
moment. Now,
under
under
government.
no ma,
Okay.
wait, under this letter of complaint,
Yes, sir.
you still have to do something. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, ask for satisfaction firmly but what? Politely. And if you can suggest a solution, do so. Now, when I say ask for satisfaction, I'm talking about asking that your problem be attended to. All right?
Okay.
Firmly, all right, but politely.
Okay.
All right? And if you can suggest a solution, do so.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Now, thank you, ma'am. Now, end your letter forcefully. Make clear what you expect. All right? Make clear what you expect. Okay?
Okay, sir.
And you also want to address your letter appropriately. You don't want to you don't want to write a letter addressing the issue of electricity and you are sending it to the Minister of Works.
It won't go well.
It will not go well. Thank you, ma'am. So you have to address your what? Your letter of protest to the
To approach.
appropriate person. Okay?
Okay, sir.
And you also have to include the fact that maybe this is your second or your third time. And when we say be clear about what you expect of the reader, maybe you've written the first one and maybe the person did like 50% of what you were expecting. All right. And then you're now writing the second letter. You also have to make reference to that first one that you have written. That okay, on this first one, this was what was done. At least something was done, but it was not enough. All right. So you have to make reference to any complaints you have made before. All right. So we have that as that. Now, did you say anything about letters giving instructions?
That's government request, but we don't write anything under it.
Do you mean letter of request?
Yes.
Okay, that means you didn't take down anything on letter of
No, no,
instruction.
just to convey instruction.
Okay, you didn't take down anything.
No.
Now, when we say letters, all right, giving instruction. Now, sometimes that letter in which we convey, all right, these letters are written to convey our instruction to various organizations, all right, in order to have them do something for us. You write this letter to various organizations in order to have them do a particular thing for you, right? What are the points that you must keep in mind, all right, in writing such a letter? The first point is that when you're writing such a letter, you have to give essential information, all right, about what you want your reader to have clearly and completely. All right, give essential information because you want your reader to have a clear and complete, right, picture of what you want. You also have to leave the reader with a clear understanding of what you're expecting of him. Two things. You are giving the right letter of instruction. First is basic communication. Just like what we learned in communication, that it's a two-way thing. All right. The decoder and the encoder have to be in one mindset. They have to be on the same pedestal. If it is otherwise, that means the encoder is speaking above the decoder. All right. So in this case, all right, when we say letter of instruction, now both the person who is giving the instruction and the person who is expected, all right, we don't give instruction to inform. All right, when you give an instruction, you expect something to be done, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. So for your letter of instruction to be acknowledged, not just to be acknowledged, but to be carried out, the instruction to be carried out, the person has to what? Understand the instruction clearly. All right? That's why it said that give essential information that will make the person first. You cannot solve a problem if you have no idea what the problem is. So the person has to know what exactly the problem is. Okay? First, and how can you help them achieve that? Give them essential information, right? Clear and complete information, right? And you also have to leave, all right, your reader with a clear and understanding of what's expected of them. So after you give them the instruction, you also have to let them know what is expected. This is what I want, and this is what I need you to do to get me what I want. Are we good to go? Just 2 points there. Are we good to go?
Yes, you give essential information and make it clear of what you are the information you are giving out, so that
Okay.
your receiver will be able to act according to your instruction.
Perfect. Perfect. And we have letter of request. Do you have anything on that letter of request?
Is under under the letter of instruction, letter to request. What I had here was government request to convey instruction.
Okay. Is that all you have?
That's what I have there. The next one is organization, inquiry, suggestions, and make findings.
Okay. Under letter of request, right? It is said that we often, all right, it said that we often have to request official bodies for various things, right? Letter of request. Don't forget we are talking about formal letters. We are requesting, right? We are requesting, all right? We are writing to various organizations, to various bodies, all right? And this is probably the most common type of official letter. Now, these letters include, all right? It includes letters to various organizations requesting for providing of services. So the all and summary of letter of request is that it is the most common type of formal letter. And here it involves requesting a thing or two from organizations or official bodies. All right. And that is that on that for letter of request. Okay. So the next thing we are going into now is reporting events or writing up reports. So should we call it a day here or should we continue?
I still have about 10 minutes.
We still have about 10 minutes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's continue then. So when you write a report, when we say report, what are we even talking about? What do you have there? What do you have to say about reports? Right?
I said
Report
report
writing.
right is to convey information to others. What has happened?
Okay. Convey information to others about what has happened. Okay. That means there has been an event, right? If you have to go by what you just said,
Yeah.
that means there has been an event and you happen to witness, right, or heard about the event, and you are now giving what? An account of what you have witnessed, right?
Yes, sir.
You're giving an account of what you have witnessed, and that process is what we now refer to as reporting
Report.
or report
Right.
writing. Okay, that's all on sundry. Now, when you write a report, you try to convey information to others, right? You may wish to give an account of some events that you have come to know of. Giving an account of some events you have come to know of. Now, you may like to what? Describe your personal experience or state the result of your investigation. All right? It's on two bases, either on your personal experience or your investigation. Okay? A report may contain opinions, but these opinions should be supported by what? By facts. Are we together? It may contain opinion, but this opinion must be what? Supported by fact. Okay? Hello, ma.
I'm with you, sir.
Okay, awesome. So I've made mention about 4 points now. Convey information to others. All right? You giving an
Give
account of what?
what you know about the event.
Awesome. Awesome. And also, what
Describe
other
personal
thing?
experience.
Okay. Or
Your own side of the investigation or opinion.
awesome. Awesome. Personal experience or investigation. All right. And lastly,
You say it may contain opinion.
but the opinion must what? Must be supported by facts.
Okay.
Your opinion must be supported by facts. Okay?
Yeah.
Factual evidence. So now we have types of report. What are the types of reports?
I don't get that though. Type of report.
Yes, do you have types of reports you know?
No, sir. I only had a report and experience, the subject, the procedure involved, observation, conclusion. That's all.
It seems like you're skipping. Did you skip any class?
Hello, sir.
It seems like you skipped class, man.
I don't have types of reports, sir.
Okay, very well. That's not a problem. Now we have the very first one. We have reports on events.
Okay.
We have reports on meeting and speeches.
Well.
We
Okay,
have
sir.
reports on interviews. We have reports on and experiment.
Come again, sir. It was breaking. Report on the last one.
Report on test and
Protect.
experiment. Test. TESTS.
Okay, test.
Test and experiment.
Okay, sir.
And we have report on surveys.
Report on what?
Surveys.
Survey. Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, very well. So I think here we'll call it a wrap for today. We'll draw the curtain here so we can
Okay.
explain properly in our next class on what these types of response are
Okay.
reporting on. Thank you very much. And,
Thank you, sir. Have a good
have
day.
a
Are
blessed
we
day.
meeting
Bye,
in the night?
ma.
Are we having Telegram class in the night?
I'm not sure. I think you'll have to check the timetable, but I think it's empty 106. I'm not sure you're doing empty 106.
No.
I
But
think
no,
the next one. But have you seen the
no.
timetable? I reached the timetable already for today and
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay. I
Yes,
will check.
it's on the group you can check. Thank you very
Okay,
much,
thank
man. Have a wonderful day.
you.
Bye.
Sir. Yes, sir.